Heyo, Starving Writer here, and I'm ready to talk about CodeVein. So let's talk about it. CodeVein starts off with a pretty in-depth character creation. From clothes to eyebrows, they have it all. Thankfully, if you end up disliking anything you did during your setup, a mirror is available a short way into the game that you can use to change anything about yourself. After customization, you get a quick tutorial on how to use blood codes and weapons before you're thrown right into the story with a couple crappy weapons to defend yourself with. The first area has a couple lessons about fighting and traversing so you can slowly start to grasp how the game is going to be played. Throughout the game, you will find a lot of different weapons, blood codes, and veils. Veils are the cool capes. Blood codes are equips that specialize in different skills or fighting styles. One thing I thought was really cool about this game was the stat system. Instead of allocating points into different stats to level up, you just level up. To increase dexterity or strength, you would wear a different veil or equip a different blood code. So respeccing on the fly is very easy. Every weapon has a different fighting style for everyone. You can be quick, dodging to and fro, or a slow tank doing a lot of damage with single hits. A lot of variety to choose from. I myself preferred the quick one-handed sword to the slow two-handed weapons. I can't think while moving that slow. The enemies in the game weren't too bad once I got comfortable with the mechanics of fighting. There are a few spots in the game where it felt like the enemies definitely jump up in difficulty, but that challenge was a blast. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything here, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the story. It was great. A little cliche here and there, but overall quite entertaining. At first, it almost felt like I was going to get a tidbit here and there to try and piece together on my own idea of what's going on, kinda like Dark Souls. But the farther along I got, there were more and more cutscenes filling out the story. And just a note, there is quite a bit of story you can essentially skip or miss and still beat the game. There are what they call vestiges, missing fragments of a memory you get to explore to get more backstory on characters or the world around you. So I tried really hard not to compare this game to Dark Souls while I played, but I still couldn't help myself here and there. I initially wanted this game because of the Souls-like tag it received on Steam. Some of the same things were my healing items would restore when I would rest, there are corrupt missile throughout the land, basically bonfires, that I could use to restore so I would have a spawn point or somewhere to teleport to. And of course the currency to level up or buy things, haze, that I would leave a pile of if I died and would have to pick it up lest it be lost forever. That is about where the similarities end, except for a couple areas that look like they were pulled straight from Dark Souls. As I stated earlier, the stat points aren't used to level up, they are based off of equipment, and there is only 4 different equip slots. That's 2 weapons, 1 veil, and a blood code. After that, you can equip up to 4 passive skills and 8 active skills you learn from blood codes. Most of the time, the game seemed more forgiving than Dark Souls, but could still kick my butt if I let my guard down or got complacent. Really enjoyed playing CodeVein. I liked the combat, figuring out boss mechanics, and different playstyles. Every boss fight was almost like a puzzle, figuring out the best skills to equip so I could survive the confrontation long enough to beat them. The only time I really felt like giving up and quitting was the final boss of the game. You could either watch my playthrough or play yourself to learn why. Although I did enjoy the game, I had enough after one playthrough. According to the achievement list, there are multiple endings to strive for, but I wasn't compelled to work my way through to get 100%. I thought the characters were great. You can have one companion with you at a time, each with a different fighting style and conversations while exploring. The game was excellent, and I would recommend playing. That is why I'm placing this game in my top shelf. Now that we're done with that, let's move on to the next one.